Kita ke berita mancanegara, Bank Sentral Amerika Serikat atau Federal Reserve akhirnya menurunkan suku bunga acuan. Perubahan pertama dalam setahun lebih, perubahan suku bunga terjadi di saat beragam indikator ekonomi mengisyaratkan iklim usaha dengan suku bunga tinggi mencekik dunia usaha dan konsumen. Dan mari kita simak laporan Nova Purwadi dari VOA.
Pertemuan Bank Sentral Amerika Serikat atau Federal Reserve berakhir dengan penurunan suku bunga acuan lebih besar dari perkiraan sebagian analis, yaitu sebesar 0,5% alias 50 basis poin.
This decision reflects our growing confidence that with an appropriate recalibration of our policy stance, strength in the labor market can be maintained in a context of moderate growth and inflation moving sustainably down to 2%.
Mengenai langkah selanjutnya, Kepala The Fed mengatakan tetap akan mengacu pada data seputar inflasi dan ketenagakerjaan.
We know that it is time to recalibrate our policy to something that is more appropriate given the progress on inflation and on employment moving to a more sustainable level. So the balance of risks are now even. And this is the beginning of that process. I mentioned the direction of which is toward a sense of neutral.
Ini adalah penurunan suku bunga pertama sejak awal pandemi COVID pada 2020. Sejak 2022 hingga 2023, suku bunga dinaikkan 11 kali dalam upaya meredam laju inflasi yang meroket bersamaan dengan pembukaan kembali perekonomian.
Essentially, what the Fed is doing is making borrowing cheaper, and that would, if the world works as it usually does, make it easier for businesses to borrow, to invest, expand. So it should have a beneficial impact on the job market. There are a lot of questions, though, about how sensitive the economy is to interest rates right now. The Fed raised interest rates a lot, over 5 percentage points, in a very short period of time, and the economy didn't respond quite as much as one might have expected based on historical precedent.
Tak hanya dunia usaha, konsumen secara umum juga ikut terdampak.
A lot of consumers, unfortunately, are faced with using their credit cards to finance their household spend with this increased inflation, and so you've got this really high acceleration of credit card balances. Delinquencies are up. Interest rates for credit card balances have kind of gone from 16 to 20% in the last few years, and so that would give immediate relief. It doesn't have a huge impact on things like mortgages, where most of those are long-term, for most people with mortgages already. For younger folks, for people looking for their new home, their first homes, mortgages are already kind of baking in some cuts. In the last 30 days, the 30-year fixed mortgage rate average has decreased from roughly 7.3 to 6.3.
Selanjutnya, The Fed akan bertemu 2 kali lagi sebelum akhir tahun 2024, yaitu pada November lalu Desember. Pertemuan berikutnya pada November akan berlangsung 6 hingga 7 November, sehari setelah Pilpres AS. Dari Washington DC, saya Nova Purwadi dan tim VOA.